Hello, I'm Sean Joseph Young, professional writer, director, producer, editor, actor, busybody killer, yeah, we made a short film called Mixed Roots, which is about black and mixed race hair, and just curly hair as well, and the where has she gone? And the difficulties people face with different kinds of hair. Obviously, due to the fact that I have wavy hair and I'm a white male, sometimes I won't be able to answer for anyone else other than me. So luckily I have someone who the short film is based on. She is a 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion. She once saved loads of orphans from a bigger orphan, and I actually saw her kill a cat. And here she is right now. She is my professional girlfriend.
Only professionally.
Only professionally. Ebony Dixon. Oh, let me do that. Ebony Dixon! Or hold on. Ebony! No, let's not call her the elephant. That's not right. Because you're wearing an elephant onesie.
I am.
And you look adorable with it. Come in. Come in. We're both in onesies. We're both professional human beings. I once wanted to be
I didn't kill a cat.
No.
Let's set the record straight.
No, it was just a man in a cat onesie.
You look like if Santa was going to rob you.
Yeah. I look like an elf that's really into crack. We made a short film called Mixed Roots. Why did we do that?
Because, well, I was given the opportunity by 3 Mobile through Traverse, which is a company. They do a lot of travel stuff, and they had the opportunity for a few people who had an idea for a short film to partner up with 3UK. We got given a phone. We filmed the whole thing on a phone. Did you say that?
No.
We filmed the whole thing on a Huawei.
Huawei P30 Pro, was it?
Yeah, well remembered.
Thanks.
I totally remember that. It was Huawei, and 3 gave it to us, and we did the short film using that.
Obviously doing it it was basically about your journey with your hair.
Yeah, so
why did we do that?
So originally the idea was that I was are you picking out elephant fluff?
Yeah.
I'm going to be covered in it all night. Originally, when I pitched an idea, because I'm a blogger, I do like fashion and travel stuff, I originally pitched to do like a fashion-y thing, and then I had an experience that week where...
Sorry, I'm just confirming that's all I knew.
I had an experience that week where I tried to get a haircut and I was basically refused a haircut because my hair was like not manageable or not doable, which made me really sad and then angry. And a sad and angry woman is a powerful woman. So I had this idea for kind of trying to like channel that somehow creatively and also try to like make it accessible to not just people who experience it, but to people who might not even know that that's a thing, where not all hairdressers know how to cut or style curly hair. And as an actor as well, I've experienced other times where I've been on set and my hair's been like the problem hair and stuff like that. So yeah, it's quite a universal thing I think that a lot of people experience.
I think what's quite interesting for me as somebody who's coming into it quite new was that my initial thought was, well, it's not really that much of a big deal. But that's because I'm a selfish white male. Yeah, because I hear, oh, we made a short film about hair, and it's like, well, why? What's the point?
Yeah.
And as my onesie hoodie has just revealed, it's a big deal. Like it's basically something that I am so used to not having an issue with that I didn't. What's going on?
Your head is...
My head's too big.
It's not built for a hood.
It's not built for a hood, yeah. Like, I'm so used to not having an issue with it, except one time, I went... Yeah, I'll tell that anyway.
I don't know the story.
Well, I had a GCSE test, but I also needed to get my hair cut.
Yeah.
And I wanted it a little bit stylised, but the guy was new, so he just gave me a bowl cut, and he cut my ear. And there was just blood everywhere, and then I did...
You've never told me that before!
Yeah, it was like...
Why didn't we make a film about that?
Because we wanted it to be good. So yeah, it was quite fascinating to just listen to you talk and talk about it. I think our initial idea was that you just wanted it to be sort of like there was just going to be shots of you, with your hair out and just doing stuff, and it was basically going to be kind of like an interview. And then that slowly evolved to it being sort of like more of a written monologue.
Yeah.
Why didn't you want it to be a written monologue at first? Because I felt the reasoning behind it was quite interesting.
We should have talked about this before.
Yeah.
I've forgotten everything. I think it was correct me if I'm wrong. Do you remember why?
Yeah, I remember.
I think it was to do with the fact that I wanted it to sound really natural and not scripted. Because I felt like if it felt scripted or contrived, that it might not come across in the right way. I wanted it to be very, very natural, because I think the way that I explained the story and why I wanted to do it to like you and like any of my friends, I think I got the message across just talking as I would talk, and I wanted that to be the kind of vehicle of how I would get the message across.
Yeah.
And so I was scared that if I scripted it, it wouldn't sound authentic. Is that right?
Yeah.
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 I think
that
was a few months ago.
Yeah. Because the goal was for you to be able to tell the people why and give people a reason why to watch it.
But then you were saying that if it was scripted, obviously it'd be easier in terms of a filmmaking perspective, but also it would make sure that we got everything across and in an articulate way.
Yeah.
Because I think you want it to not only be an interesting short film, informative, but also like not, what's the word? Like something that you actually want, like, is gripping as well, and like
I think
not go off track.
Sometimes I think as two people who have grown up sort of watching YouTube and everything like that, we're very used to the narrative being quite personal, because YouTube videos tend to be quite personal. It makes you feel as if it's a one-on-one conversation. But with short films, that sort of thing, yes, you can have an element where it feels as if it's personal, but you also have to take into account that it's going to be for a larger audience than your gained audience from you doing YouTube itself.
Yeah.
So you have to make it more accessible to a wider audience, because they're coming into it not really knowing much about you, and then you're bringing up an issue to which they have to understand why it's worth bringing up, essentially.
Yeah.
Along with that, taking into account that we want it to feel more natural, we also have to play into the fact that there's a time limit to how long the short film will be, and also how long we have footage-wise.
Yeah, because it had to be between 1 and 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
But we knew that we didn't want to make it too long because we didn't want people to lose interest.
Yeah.
And also short form videos do better on platforms like YouTube.
Yes. When it comes to like short films and stuff like they do.
Yeah. Except for in the case of anyway. Nothing.
Don't bring up Shane Dawson.
How did you know?
Just felt it. I just knew it. I think with the one of the issues that we had was we were coming into with two kind of different ideas to what we wanted, because you wanted it to feel more natural, and I sort of wanted it to have a sort of a more of a documentary style to it. And I think we ended up finding like a good combination of the two.
Yeah, I think so.
Where it was cinematic, but it also had like a documentary type scenario.
I liked the idea. I don't know how we came up with the idea of like a motif. So there's like a bit in the film where I do this, and then we like cut it together.
Yeah.
I really like that, and I don't know.
So the original idea, because I wanted to give it sort of like a nice flow to it with the editing. So the original idea was you're going to take like a sip of... and we're going to cut in between that. So every single time you go for a sip, you know, the cup hits your mouth, and then as you're taking it off, it cuts to a different shot. But you wisely suggested that it was something a little bit more simpler, and also something to do with your hair, which is more sort of prevalent to what the short film was about. So we went with that.
And then we related it to like my mixed heritage, so I'm half Jamaican and half Dutch, and so I'm born and raised in the UK, so like trying to combine all those elements to make up me in a way. So we like went on an afternoon tea bus. We were in a Jamaican restaurant in Camden. We were, where else?
Cracking
What?
chicken. I love the chicken.
Oh yeah. It was a good excuse to go back. That was the second time we've been there. And did we do anything in Kew Gardens? Oh no, and then I hiked the biggest mountain in the UK and in England, and did some shots up there as well. Yeah, kind of to tie in all the elements that make up me.
Who you are.
Yeah. Which I don't think people necessarily, I think it's like one of those things, like the conversation about being mixed race is huge, but I think one of the things is like you can't look at someone and really understand who they are. I think a lot of people will see a mixed race person and find it hard to pinpoint exactly like what kind of person they are, but based on what they look like, because they look mixed. So it's kind of like, you wouldn't know which accent was going to come out my mouth, you wouldn't know what kind of job I would have, or you know, like anything just by looking at me.
Yeah. And
so I feel like, yeah, sometimes you just want to wear a t-shirt that says I'm mixed race, born in London, like I'm half Jamaican, half Dutch, because it's something I think people find interesting and want to ask, but they don't necessarily ask. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you feel as if the short film portrayed more about your mixed roots?
I think there was two reactions. One of them was like women who related to the problem that I have and going like, oh yeah, I know that feeling, like when you go to a hairdresser and you can't get your hair done because they don't know how to do it, and feeling a bit alien. And then there was the other reaction which was like, oh my god, I didn't know that was a thing. And so it was like and I feel like both of those reactions were exactly what we wanted, because we wanted people to be able to relate to what I was saying and to feel like that I was giving them a voice and like making an issue they might not have felt was vocal, and then the other one was to awareness. So
yeah. One of the struggles that we timed it really badly, but this is the only time that we could have done it. We ended up filming the first day on the hottest day in the UK.
Yeah. We didn't even use that footage, really.
No, not really.
Except for the Caribbean.
We went to the Caribbean restaurant, but we had to wait until 2 o'clock because they weren't open. Yeah, so the
peak of summer, all the tourists.
Jesus, it was about, what was it, 38 degrees?
Yeah, between 38 and 42 that week.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was so hot, and our decision was, we're going to film around Camden, we're going to go to a restaurant, and then we're going to film the journey from Camden to Embankment, and then we're going to walk from Embankment to Blackfriars. And what we did all that, but we were so toasty that when we got to the Embankment Blackfriars walk, we were both dead. We were absolutely destroyed.
It was hot.
And also, like, quarter of the way through, we decided, we'll quickly find out train times. Everything was cancelled because the rails were melted. So it was absolutely crazy. And then on the Sunday, it wasn't 37, but it was about 34. And what we had to do is we had to record your voiceover for it. And I had to close all the doors, I had to close all the windows, and to get the best quality, I had to put Ebony inside my massive duvet. So it was probably about 40 degrees in my room. And you were under a duvet.
To be fair, it wasn't actually that hot.
You look really comfy.
It wasn't too hot.
I was sticky. I was just sitting there going, oh my god, I can't believe she's doing this. But you nailed it.
I had some sweets to keep it going.
You did have sweets and cuddles.
Yeah.
And yeah, what we ended up doing is we recorded it once where it was more of an interview, where I sort of asked you things, and the hope was that we would find things where I could just take out and just in its own way, be its own thing, put it in there as if it's part of the monologue. But I found it wasn't really working that well, because where it would feel quite natural in some places, it would be very rambly in others, and it's only natural because
I was just free writing from my head, and I wrote it that day in that moment, so it wasn't like edited really. No, it was just kind of like what I wanted to say, and I just wrote it down. And
then what we eventually did is, because we understood, because I think one recording was about 12 minutes long, and the other recording was about 11, and we were just like, this is going to be too much work for how much time we've got this, because we were doing this with it was Sunday, and the deadline was Thursday, I think it was. So we ended up, like, I got Ebony to, like, just all these things are great, you're bringing up really, really great points, very, very valid points, just need to make them smaller, and just so we could fit into about a 3-minute time frame.
Yeah, and then it did.
You did. You took about half an hour, and then like you wrote it in half an hour, and I was just sitting there, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And then you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it with your voiceover as well. I was just like, oh, that's really proud of you. Because I was like, yeah, she's just no issue whatsoever in these circumstances. 40 degrees in my tiny room, and you just absolutely nailed it. So that was good. I really, really enjoyed doing that with you, because it gave me a chance to actually see what you can do past our first sort of meeting in about a year, like in about 9 years when I went and watched you in Sundown Town. She was in a play, like a musical, and that was the first time I had seen her in 9 years. Was it 9 years?
Yeah.
And she was great in that. The musical beforehand was awful. Oh, it's so bad. I was like,
this is going off topic.
Sorry. I don't think I can date her because she's made me watch this.
I never saw it, to be fair.
Oh, it was awful.
A lot of people who came to see me had to watch this.
Yeah.
Because it was like you bought one ticket for 2 shows, and my show was only one of the shows. So.
But she was very good, and the Sundown Town was excellent.
This is becoming our relationship.
Oh, we should do one of those. Anyway, so should we let's end this properly.
Wait. So basically, I would really love if people who watch this video, because there will be at least one, and it'll be me.
Yeah, it'll be you. I hope you learn something from this.
I really want to know if you could let us know what you took away from the short film, and
you making my YouTube channel professional.
Yeah, this is my camera, my lighting, this is my house.
I'm wearing your onesie.
My onesie. I've done costume, I've done the lighting, I've done the, what's it called? This,
Mise en scene?
Oh, it's French. No, what's it called?
Bonjour.
I'm the director of photography.
She stopped it.
Anyway, yeah, I want to know like what people think, but past like my audience, like what people that might watch your videos think. Yeah, I really hope that people enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of it. So.
I'm very proud of it as well. We need to talk about putting it into festivals. Anyway, right. Au revoir. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe. Oh, I need to do the thing where so if you want to watch this video that knocked my girlfriend out, that's fair enough. If you want to watch this video, it might be a bit explicit. That's fair enough. Have a lovely, lovely day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.